Good morning. This is my friend Telena. She's one of our great parents, and I had asked her if we could use her as an example and kind of share as one of those pep moments. As you can see, our little program is called Parents Encouraging Parents. And we want our parents to be able to share kind of what works for them. And you can put the sign down if you want now. And let's go ahead. And I know that you packed Haven a really cool lunch this morning. And you can see that she's had some small things that she's packed here. It's not a whole lot, but it's going to be plenty for Haven to have for lunch. And one of the things that we wanted to share is kind of what is going to be hopefully a saver of money and not wasting food, because that's kind of a big deal. And you know, sometimes we have families that, you know, they just will bring a big old bag of chips, and that's just too much for a little one to eat, and then they want to then they will sometimes just throw it away, and we don't want there to be a bunch of wasting of food. And so you can see here some of the things that Telena has picked. And is there something that you do that you go about whenever you get ready to pack their lunches? Is there any kind of saving things that you do to help make a good lunch where it's plenty but yet not too much where you're not going to be wasting? Is there any kind of rule of thumb that you use?
One of my favorite things is her little thermos, because I can do the exact portion of what she eats in her thermos. And that's usually her main portion of her meal. So when she comes back home, there might be a little bit of that left, but this is usually all gone.
Good. And it does. I know that we've got several families that they'll bring a little thermos of food, and it really does, because that's the entree, and that's kind of, it saves a lot. And we've got several that they'll have it for a snack after lunch. I mean, after school, they'll have what's left as a little snack, and that does help too. And we also, sometimes it helps just to divide up a bag of chips into a little baggie, where that way they can have maybe 2 or 3 days worth instead of just one with that bag of chips. Makes our lunches last, or our groceries last a little bit longer. And if your family's like mine, we're always about saving money and always about making things go longer. And so we definitely don't feel badly for it's okay, go ahead. You don't feel badly for just sending, just small portions, because they're little children and they're not going to eat that much. But every parent kind of knows what their family, what their child is going to eat. So don't feel uncomfortable about sending small amounts. Another thing I noticed is kind of like what you did, is using other containers, and not just what container they come in, but a container that is small enough. And like some will even send like little bitty containers that have a sealable lid. Those are perfect too. And also, here's just a little side note. We don't ever encourage a family to put soda in little containers. It leaks every time, and the child or us has a mess to clean up. And so that always helps just kind of alleviate. If you're going to send soda, if you feel like you should, sometimes they send those little bitty cans. Most of them just do juice or water. But here's another thing too that I've seen some of our families do. I don't know if you've done this or not, but it's those little bitty juice bottles that have the screw-on lid. And you can replace, you can put juice in them, you can just put water, and they're small little containers, so they're perfect. So you have any other tips you want to share with our families before we end our video?
I guess my only other thing would be, as far as the thermoses go, another good one is Big Go boxes, because they have all the little, very child portion-like size compartments, but it will also keep your food warm. And I know some parents get concerned about food not staying warm at lunchtime.
Right.
My tips are, before I put warm food in this, obviously it's metal, I can't put it in the microwave, but I put really warm hot water in it to heat the thermos up, so when her food goes in it, it's warm and lasts longer throughout the day for them to be warm.
Good. Well, Telena, thank you so much. I hope you all have enjoyed this and it's helpful. And so if you have any questions, always feel comfortable to call our office at 918-825-8101. And thank you all. You have a great day. Thanks, Telena.
You're welcome.